Hello, today we will learn how to copy a course into a new Blackboard course website using the course copy feature under your course management menu. So the first thing you want to do is locate your course management menu, go down to packages and utilities, and select course copy. This will open you into this page here, which is the course copy main homepage. Now, the first thing it says is select a copy type. You'll actually see there are no options available. It's a default. The next thing, though, is very important. You're going to select your course destination to put this in. So for us, we're going to scroll down, and it opens a new window, and it'll bring up all your courses. Copy into the summer version. You want to select submit once, and you will notice that the course ID is now viewable in this box. The next thing you want to do is you're going to select the materials that you want to copy over. I always suggest that you go through and individually select and not use the select all feature. This way you can go through, and if there's something that you might not need the next semester, or maybe something you want to redo, that you don't unnecessarily copy that over and take up space within your Blackboard course. So we're going to copy over all the content areas, and this is primarily all that stuff that you create. Anything that's listed on this maroon menu to the side is going to be in this content area bubble. Now, adaptive release rules for content. This is up to you. If you create adaptive release rules, and remember that's the rules that release things by a certain date or to a certain person at a certain date and time, you can copy those over. However, if you have set end adaptive release rules, so you have an open and a close, those close times will also copy over. So 9 times out of 10, you're probably not going to want to copy over the adaptive release rules. The other thing you can do is announcements. If you use the same announcements semester to semester, this is a good way to copy those over. If you're using blogs, calendars, collaborative sessions, a contact list, any alignments in content, if you have provided keywords, or if you have specifically put that this test aligns with Module 2, then you can copy over those content alignments. You won't have to have them redone. Your discussion board, something very important. Notice this is not in the content area. This is a separate selection all by itself. You can copy those over. If you do copy over the discussion board, most likely you will also get the discussion posts from the semester, depending on some things that we'll go over later. So if you do copy it over, please see the separate tutorial about deleting multiple threads from the discussion board forum. Early warning system rules you're not going to use. If you've created a glossary, if you want to copy over your grade center columns and settings, this does not copy over the grades. This is simply just the columns that you've created and the settings that you've created for those columns, including grading periods, column organization, and such. If you need to review about grading periods and column organization, you can also see the separate tutorial about that. If you use groups, so if you do a group project, you have predefined settings for how the groups are formed or anything like that, you can copy those over. Journals, if you do journals in your class. Rubrics, very important. If you're grading on the same scale, if you're copying over your syllabus and using the same one, and you have grading rubrics already created, make sure you check the rubrics feature. You definitely want to keep those and keep using them and adding to them as time goes on. Settings is another one that has multiple options underneath it. If you do a banner image, if you have guests or observers within your course, if there are certain enrollment options or language packs or even navigational settings, you can keep all of that. Anything you set up in the course, you can keep. For this, we'll keep our banner image. Tasks, if you create tasks for the students in a to-do list form, Blackboard does offer that feature, and you can copy those over as well if you're doing like a weekly task list. Test surveys and pools is super important, especially if you're using the pools feature. The point of pools in Blackboard is so that you can keep adding and create larger pools and maintain better testing security. So you definitely want to copy over your pools if you are using them on a semester to semester basis, so that you can grow those pools and create a better set. Now down here we have the file attachments option. You get to choose between copying links and copies of the content, which includes all of the course files, or just copying links to the course files. If you have the course file saved in your content collection, then I would say that you can use the copy links to course files feature, but it automatically defaults to copy links and copies of all the content. That way that there is, let's say your PowerPoint or maybe your Integrity web link, lecture web link, or your YouTube mashup. Any of that, all that information does copy over. It doesn't just link back to the old course to route out of Blackboard to the content that you are trying to provide to the student. So it's always good. Now, you want to make sure that you're limiting this package to only files that are linked to the selected content areas. Again, you really want to protect your storage of your Blackboard course site, especially if you're going to add new things to the new website, do updates, and again, build out those pools, things like that. You definitely want to make sure that you are limiting your package to only include what you are selecting from the checkmark boxes up here. Now you can see what the package size will be. You can also manage the package contents. This is a really good feature. If there are certain things that you want to bring in that maybe, or things that you don't want to bring in, you can always do that. I personally like going through this to make sure that everything that I want is going to the course and no extra stuff that's unnecessarily. Like for instance, I might not need this World Tourism link, so you can remove it from this if you select the file. Once you select the file, it does remove it. It'll remove it from the course package, and you can select submit to make sure that that stays removed. So that's important to know if you do want to go through and look at this and see exactly what is taking up what space. You can see it'll give you the date that it was created. It will give you the amount of storage that it's taking up in your space. Blackboard courses are relegated to 500 megabytes per course. Now this can be upped if you contact the academic technology staff. However, it is a point that it is very hard to up those limits on the storage. So we really suggest you go through your package contents, make sure you're bringing over what you need to bring over and not anything extra that it's just going to take up space. The last option here that we have is enrollments. If you are doing multiple sections of the same course, this is where the enrollments comes in really handy if you're not using a cohorted Blackboard site. So if you need to include enrollments in the copy, you can do that. Please do note that if you do include enrollments, it simply includes the enrollments. You don't get any user records or grades. You can only do that with an exact copy. If you need to do an exact copy of the course, please contact the academic technology staff and we will help you do that, because that requires a little bit different of a process. Once you've selected everything that you want done, you want to hit submit. Once you hit submit, you can see you get the green success bar and that the copy action has been queued. You will get an email in your email inbox when the process is complete, and you will notice when you go to your home page that if you go into the course, you will notice that it will tell you that it's executing a course copy. And I'm sorry, you have to go into the destination course in order to do this. I don't currently have that one up, but if you go into the destination course, you will get a bar at the top that will allow you to know that a course copy is in progress, and it will let you know when it has been completed as well. This has been Aiden Sizemore with how to copy a course within the Blackboard Course Management